I know it's not befitting to use a crib sheet of the school board, but forgive me, I'm old.
We all do it.
Thank you. I have to say, too, I don't understand the haste to vote before hearing comments. I find it slightly rude.
No, we didn't vote.
Didn't you say you
No,
were taking a vote?
just for the motion.
Then I apologize. Dr. Zimmering said in his pitch at the high school that part of the motivation for going forward with this, despite all the negatives, was to send a message to the kids that we're committed to green energy. And let me say that I not only am committed to alternative energy, but I think we're desperately in need of it. I think the message this sends to the kids, though, is that when there's no good deal to be had, just take a bad one, because it's better to look like you're doing something, whether it's efficient or not. And in this case, whether it's offensive to the host community or not. These kids are bright, and the irony of cutting down mature trees in the name of environmentalism will not be wasted on them. Many of us moved out here when our kids were young in order to get away from LAUSD, and I think by patronizing the veneer of the steel rather than the substance, you're kind of following in their footsteps. We're told that we will own this equipment in 20 years, but we all know it'll be obsolete in not even half that time. And if Borrego goes belly up like Solyndra did, not only will you have tons of ugly, obsolete equipment, but you will have the expense of demolishing it before you can build anything new. And the proponents seem to be selling us this, claiming that because there's no upfront cost, there's no risk, but that obviously cannot be true. Old Agoura is used by cyclists, equestrians, hikers, naturalists, and others from all over the Conejo Valley and beyond. Despite the fact that the school generates traffic and litter, noise, parking problems, vandalism, and all sorts of collateral difficulties, this community has graciously hosted the school for decades. We were not even consulted about the Performing Arts Center at the other end of the block, and I don't think it's unreasonable that we ask that you consider that Agoura High School is not an island, and what you do here impacts real people. And the real people who bothered to educate themselves about this project I think want you to reject it because it's not financially, practically, or aesthetically justified. And, for my own opinion, I just want to say I think the whole country is disgusted with the way these kind of deals go down, because every person in this room who's capable of being honest with themselves is thinking, who's getting their palm greased? Well, somewhere along the food chain, someone is benefiting from this, and that's why they want to make a bad deal. And, I heard us talking this evening about teaching kids critical thinking. I think, there's an old saying that in order to train a dog, you have to be smarter than the dog. So I asked that the school board set an example for these kids that were trying to teach critical thinking, and use some critical thinking yourself and scrub this lousy project.
Thank you. Devin Rosser.